finals.
It's on right now. It's over on one of the other Beyond the Summit channels.
Oh, we're missing it?
East Coast won game 1 in 21 minutes, so I don't know if we're missing much.
Dude, I love how they play. They're so fast. They're so decisive. You know.
They're a very good team, and I feel like they're just going to improve after that TI experience, because that was like their first time on the big stage. So,
well, improving from top 8, that's where it gets really difficult. You know, there's no more beginner games. You got to claw your way through the secrets and OGs and LGDs of the world. Not at this major, though.
NiP's turn to
Alrighty, well this time we did load in, so we have got ourselves Game 2, Team Liquid versus the Ninjas in Pajamas. Liquid 1 game away from a major, the last European slot at that major.
Except for the one that the team that wins the minor gets, and that will be a team from EU.
Really? You're so confident.
Bold statements. Hot takes.
A lot of people saying, you know, they expect like Royal Never Give Up to be a big threat for them. I saw yesterday. That's the chatter.
China, I mean, Quincy Crew theoretically should take the NA slot.
Yes, if there's one thing we can be sure of, it's that Quincy Crew will win the minor qualifier.
Up against the lights.
I'm not sure their opponents will show up. That's what we have to bet on. Like, do they actually have to play to qualify, or do they just walk over?
Nah, shout out to the team from Mexico, Zoltal. Those guys have been every NA qualifiers. They're like consistently there. Never make it to events, but they show up. They play decent Dota. I got some respect for those guys.
Perfect example of perhaps one of those tier 2 or 3 teams that could use some support because their winnings over the last couple seasons are unfortunately non-existent. You win DPC points in these qualifiers, but no cash dollars. And as we know, you gotta get paid. You gotta get paid so that you can pay your bills.
Is he trying to insinuate something?
I'm not trying to go.
Have we not paid Kyle? Is that what this is?
You actually haven't. Not for the last 4 events that I've worked.
What 4 events have you worked?
I don't know. My outstanding invoices.
4 events? I don't think we would do that.
That's the real question, you know?
Who did that? You need to talk to our hiring manager over here.
Just saying.
Do you like go in the bathroom and just stare in the mirror and you're like, Parker, what are you thinking? Yeah. I don't know, dude. I mean, he's a bully. You know, Kyle guy's scary.
Wait, what? Really? You don't actually think that. I'm a nice guy.
No, this is the inner dialogue Parker's having as the hiring manager with himself.
I didn't know he had much of an inner dialogue.
Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt.
I thought Gods
didn't mean to interrupt your internet research.
I thought Gods was more of like an instinctual organizer, you know? He just went with feeling.
Are you more of an instinct guy or like a cerebral thinker type? How would you describe yourself?
I'm definitely a thinker. I think it's really important before you say anything to really consider the implications and to make sure that you're really being as thorough as possible before you open your mouth. You wouldn't want to say anything dumb.
10 seconds remaining.
What's so funny, Parker?
I mean, I don't think you thought before you said what you just said.
Self-aware irony or idiot Kyle in action?
The line
you decide.
Insanity and genius is razor thin.
Do you guys actually believe that?
What?
That line between insanity and genius is, you know?
Yes.
Yeah. I do.
I think it's something people say. I think it's very clear when someone's a genius.
Okay, name a genius who is not.
There are
on
insane
the
geniuses, sure.
There are also idiots.
But but I feel like the people who cross over into insanity, they're still geniuses.
Remaining.
They're just, you know, using their genius.
You think they're two totally separate things?
I think the best example of this is Bulba. When it comes to Dota drafting, savant, brilliant, a literal modern-day Sun Tzu when it comes to what is the Dota universe called? What was it? Where are we when we're in Dota?
Just Dota Land? I don't know.
No, there's no. It's not like a planet.
Name for like the.
Yeah.
I don't think so.
Narnia.
Where are Slacks when you need them?
I'm sure there's lore involved. Anyway, everything else, at best, a D+. I'm not gonna flame.
He's not insane in the rest of his life, though. He's just kind of an idiot. There's a difference.
Yes.
But I do think, I also think that comment is more about perception, right? Because, like, I mean,
That's
like
true.
when Einstein's saying like his theory of relativity, like people think he's crazy, but actually he was a genius and everyone else was insane.
There's a line like genius hits a target no one else can see.
Yes.
And that's the thing. What if we have had geniuses that people thought were nuts just because they had ideas too big? They dreamed too large for our small. I don't know where I'm going with this. Let's focus on the drafted hand. Yes. Ember Spirit first picked by Liquid. Immediate Oracle LC by the Ninjas. However, I gotta say, once again, Liquid, they have the aggression, and Ninjas in Pajamas just looking to alleviate some of that. That already feels scary. I am a fellow pajama wearer. Speaking of, have you
Thank you for your contribution.
Bananas in Pajamas? Children, it was like, I grew up with that. It's a really good show. Great show. Guess what
it was a good run talking about the draft, you know. It was good. We enjoyed it while we lasted. Yeah. All right. Yeah, so, I mean, what is Gunnar going to play? That's the question for me right now. They, you know, arguably block pick the Ember. The Kunkka gets banned out. It feels like so many of their games just depend on if he's able to play aggressive and get something going early for the team.
I think it's his turn to play Razor.
Razor versus Ember?
Could be.
It's not a favorable. You don't want to play Razor against Ember in a game.
Yeah. Even if you slightly win your lane, doesn't matter, you know. You
don't really win the lane too well either. Like it's you trade, you win, but Ember's just gonna push every other wave and get runes, and you can always go jungle. When he hits 6, he threatens kills.
Interesting. Liquid just basically hard commit to their 2 cores from the first 2 picks.
Oh. I don't like this again, man. This double squishy range support. You have where's the damage once again from NiP? It's not here. They don't have really good steals set up just yet. I would have much preferred something like an Earth Spirit, I think.
Yeah, no real reliable lockdown for this Ember. I mean, I guess the Legion Blink duel later on in the game. But this is before Liquid could pick a save, someone to interrupt that.
Yep. So Liquid want to get probably just start picking up some of those supports. They love the Crystal Maiden. We've seen them like do things like Coddle for the team fight. What does Insania have in mind for the boys?
You like Coddle here?
I think as far as team fight goes, Coddle just looks like a solid 5. They really
works really well with the Ember, especially. You talked about the double chains combo. Very scary. We saw that 2 days ago, I think.
I'm just curious to see what cheese Peter has planned. They went for a last pick Meepo the other day. I don't think we'll see that ever again.
It went really badly, right?
It did. Yeah. And I was going to say, I like the Tusk here. You look at the heroes Liquid's got already. They're just full divide. Tusk gives you the ability to find those exit kills. And now you have hard save for the duel as well. Snowball throughout that duration.
Yeah, the support duo looks very vulnerable. Like, what are they going to do when any of those 3 Liquid heroes gets on them?
Yep.
Just delay their all but certain deaths.
I see like Disruptor being really good for Liquid. It just works well with Tusk as far as the aggression goes.
Ooh.
Okay.
Le Slark.
It's good carry matchup versus the Gyrocopter. Could theoretically even go mid lane against Ember. Have that melee versus melee matchup.
This is something they last picked in the group stage in a similar position. I like the decision to take it 4th here. It's going to be countered now, but you were not going to get it. Like, you have to assume Liquid is prepped. They would have banned that outright for sure. And it's a great match against the Ember and the Gyro. If you land the pounce, Ember cannot slate. He cannot remnant away. If he casts a remnant, it'll be at 0 move speed, and it owns Gyrocopter. You just hit him. And it's really good with Oracle.
Disruptor feels really nice right now.
Yeah, it's just so good with the aggressive playstyle that Liquid have. Decent against Luck. Not amazing, but decent for sure.
I think especially with the other heroes, it's pretty good. You know, you've got a lot of AoE when you pull them back in with the Glimpse and Static Storm, so...
You're not really expecting your 5 position to like be able to hard counter a Slark anyway, so.
But do they want to go aggressive here with the lanes again? You think, or because that may influence this pick a lot?
Last game was very much because of the Alchemist and because of NiP's playstyle, where they always go for these trial lanes. And
dearie me,
there's a Slark Answer.
Saw that coming. Yep, that's a hero that all 3 Liquid players could play, but it's going to be boxy here.
So, I mean, this could 1v1 against the Legion very easily, right? So if it leaves that option to go aggressive open, but they don't have to.
Look how much, doesn't Liquid's draft just look scarier? Even removing the fact that they hard countered some of the NiP lineup, like, where's the damage from NiP right now in terms of the mid game? What power spike are you hitting at 15 minutes in to combat Liquid?
It's got to come from this 5th hero.
Exactly.
And they kind of need a 5th hero that addresses Timbersaw, because their 2 cores and their supports are all bad against Timbersaw. They just don't deal with him. They've got some magic damage from the Oracle with his E maybe, but they're just not going to be able to deal with Timbersaw that well at all.
Who's like a core that counters Timbersaw? Like
OD's like
OD's the big
common one that you always think of.
But do you even want an OD in this game?
5 seconds remaining.
Playable. It's like you can put an OD mid against the Ember Spirit.
What are they going to ban?
Might be ban. At the end of the day, Liquid have another ban too is the other thing.
Anything else besides OD that you like?
Let's see if they do Slark mid. One? They can do pick a carry or mid. That's the nice thing with picking the Slark 4th is they have that flexibility to pick either role.
I agree with Kyle. I'm scared looking at this Liquid lineup right now. I feel like NiP have to heavily outplay them.
You need some kind of X factor for NiP. I think that you're looking at a Death Prophet last pick. I think that salvages this lineup a bit. It's great synergy with the Oracle. You have a Silence, which is just insane against the Timber. The HP drains. The tower pressure, most important.
They don't
need
take
some kind of tower
towers.
pressure.
Yeah.
What about Husker?
Oh, there's the coddle. So much AoE, so much team fight. Great with the Timber, great with the Ember.
Husker versus either Timber or Ember has a decent lane.
I wouldn't mind Huskar. I think it's a Huskar or a DP. It has to be a core that does tower damage and builds for survivability. You need something tanky. You need the frontliner, the beef that goes in. You know what it is? Let me rephrase. This is the term we're going to use, and this is something I'll be using all year, so get ready, guys. You need a hero that has a lot of gravity, okay? A bunch of mass. Heroes like Huskar, like DP, when they go into a fight, they suck your attention. The enemy heroes, distracted, are now zoned in on this big beefy bastard in the front. That means Slark can come in from the side, find the kill on Coddle, perhaps exploit weaknesses in the enemy backlines.
NiP, they're going to mull it over. They're up against the ropes now. Team Liquid have the 1-0 advantage. They've got what looks like the better draft. Can they find the answer with this 5th pick? What's it going to be? We're coming down to the wire here. 45 seconds or so to go.
But we can talk with this amount of energy and enthusiasm for so long. We're professionals, right, gods?
Absolutely, Kyle.
I like how the music ends as he completely deflates the energy. We're not giving you I don't think Valve's giving you that 60 seconds before the game segment. This was your audition, and you
2 seconds.
Yeah, let him figure out that one-liner. But man, they're really thinking this last pick over. Down to 10 seconds.
I think they've flat beat out draft up until this point, so they need.
What's it gonna be?
Luna.
It's a
You may now
Luna.
select your heroes.
This hero's hardly picked. What the?
Luna.
Oh, mid-Slark. Okay, mid-Slark.
Yeah, I mean, this is their just tri-lane hero for the game, I guess. They like their tri-lanes, you know, Luna with the aura.
It's not bad. It is a BKB carrier. The problem is it just takes a lot longer to come online and actually start dealing damage to towers than like the DP.
Oh.
If they it just feels like if they have a bad start in the Luna's lane, like the game's over. She's so squishy. There's so much nuke damage. This Liquid lineup can push pressure with very, very little except just really levels. Somebody's going to get farmed for sure out of these carries, and I don't know. I'm scared for NiP. I think, like, how are they going to lane this? How do they have a good start? What's like your ideal matchups here if you could choose them?
I think you want to tri-lane. I mean, you tri-lane the Timbersaw, so he does not have a game. He can't counter your Slark then, and Universe is just wave cutting. That's the ideal laning scenario for me for NiP. But at the same time, I think Liquid's going to be looking more for that Timbersaw 1v1 versus the Legion. They're happy to play a tri-lane versus tri-lane. They're not going to necessarily win it, but they at least have decent heroes for a tri-lane themselves.
I agree.
Anything you want to add?
I would add that you just want to make sure that Gunnar is mid, not against the gyro. I expect that Mickey might go there because of that. It's just a more favorable matchup. NiP, they just won't be spiking quite as hard. It's much more of a single target draft until the Luna has levels to pop ultimate and get those max claves bouncing.
Let's see, NiP heading towards the bottom lane. 3 heroes for the moment. They may go for the offensive tri-lane. They will be sending Gunnar mid, as you predicted. Universe to the safe lane. So does Liquid Scout anticipate these lanes correctly? Yeah, we're about to find out. Looks like Quakefa is going to be heading mid based on these items.
Love this. You've got a game advantage, one away from the major. Just smoke it out. Liquid, they know the power.
Aggressive move. They're going to try to find the first blood here. Heading up the hill, wrapping around, looking for Skeeter. No, they're going to wrap back, but Gunnar's there. And he will prevent the kill.
He'd already leveled Essence Shift too, so if they got that Ice Shards, it could have been a kill.
Could have been disastrous. NiP do not want to fight this heavy commitment from Liquid early on. They're going to head back towards the top bounty rooms, it appears. In fact, Insanity is in deep. This could backfire on him.
He scattered the lane, so that's the key thing. So now Liquid can try and guarantee the lanes that they want.
Oh, Kato leading them on a merry chase around the world.
He's so fast. 332 move speed. Somebody stop this man.
He's just going to go for the full wraparound. Is he going to try to steal that top bounty rune? Universe already in position, though. And now, NiP collapsing on the bottom rune. They do isolate Gunnar, but that's going to be a double bounty for NiP bottom here, and they should get one top.
They could have gotten all
3
4.
bounty runes.
Universe not realizing that Timber's running across the map, but Timber trying to find Universe at the top lane. He wants that Timber versus LC 1v1 matchup. NiP realize these lane swaps are happening. They're already sending Luna top as well, so this is, slightly better for NiP with where the lanes are at right now. As Oracle will also TP up top. They've spotted Universe. This ward is now seeing his rotation to this lane.
So do they immediately swap themselves as well? For now, the support's staying bottom. Looks like they might try to make a go here. I don't know if they realize Biver's in the trees, and we talked about creep cutting. It's going to be Boxy doing that here top initially.
Yeah. He can't really play against a dual lane or even a tri-lane, so his only option, if he's not lane swapping, is to just pull waves, and already leveling the Timber chain to just pull this wave away.
They're going to try to pressure Universe here. They blindly light him back into the shots, into the rocket barrage. Very nicely done, but Legion too tanky at this level 1 stage to actually be able to kill him off. Meanwhile, an army of creeps at 2 supports pursuing Boxy under his tower. Dangerously low as he has skilled up the Timber chain at level 1. Are they committing for this? Under the tower, they will finally back away. PPD, though, going for those denies, trying to be as irritating as possible. Yeah, these lanes off to a good start with the crafty maneuvers of NiP.
These are the lanes NiP want. I think the part they don't like is that Universe is kind of playing the lane for now, which he's getting some XP, but at some point he needs to try to find a way to pull some waves. It just feels like that's going to be very difficult to do.
They do have the easy camp blocked, though, so if he can just deal with this hard camp, make sure it's not stacked, he should be okay. It is concerning, though, because the Timber's already in lane with a double wave, and if Rubik leaves, even with 3 heroes top, you're not even able to deal with Boxy. He's going to get 3 off this wave, and yep, there's the Tiger Tusk up to support.
The Tusk is always ready.
Yep. And this Slark is having an easy time in the mid lane versus the Ember. 12 and 5 already. Gunnar doing quite well here in the early moments.
And Universe sees the Tusk top and immediately is like, okay, this Cuddle can't stop me pulling waves away.
PPD could be in trouble here. They're going to go in with the tag team and bring him low. Do they have the damage with the chains coming through? A couple more auto attacks should do the trick. PPD in danger. One more chain gets the first blood. Boxy securing it, and now even Keeper the late arriving. NiP may have to do another swapperoo. We'll see. For now, they're under pressure.
I love how Liquid plays. So many teams would like try and play to get these small lane advantages. They just say, screw it, let's just rotate for these big kills. Like, rather than just play this tri-lane versus LC, delete Universe from having a game. They're like, nah, we've got these kills top. We can give Timbersaw a better time. He's our key hero to counter this Slark. Let's set him up for success.
Insania is caught out here. They've got a Lucent Beam level 2, but coming back in is Taiga. Can they turn this one around? Looking for PPD, then turning back for a Scatter. That would be the much bigger kill if they can secure it. Good job caging him off, but in fact, these Lucent Beams and the Luna just adding up too much damage. The Tusk dies as well, underestimating the firepower here of NiP.
Yeah, but it's all part of the plan. You're giving Boxy the free XP now, and the Liquid supports will now rotate to a different area of the map, recognizing that they don't want to be top. It was interesting though, because Boxy, he held that third skill point for a while. I wasn't sure if he was considering getting a point in Whirling Death. Then maybe you play aggressive, but I think he recognizes, look guys, just leave me alone. I've got 12 armor in this lane, tons of regen. They can't stop me. Just go help my team.
He's got the stick, he's very tanky, and they just don't have enough burst to kill him off.
Question is, where can they help?
But Legion is catching up, you know, Universe getting some CS, getting some levels, not being pressured. Quakefa is losing mid. The Slark with the advantage, as you'd expect.
Bottom lane.
But bottom lane, this would be a big kill. Holy Missile coming in on the Universe. The Tusk has arrived as well. Doesn't have a point in the snowball just yet. In fact, the Universe is going to go in here, but Insania lighting him back, and then they will get him the kill in the end. So Liquid continue their roam while Boxy being pursued here top, but there's no way they can threaten him.
Where are the wards, man? Like, there's a ward mid for Gunner, but I'd argue he's the one that needs it the least. If you just have any sort of vision that could watch these Liquid supports rotate through their jungle, you're going to save your LC there. He's playing like he's got vision. Respect the manliness, I guess, but...
I thought you were going to say respect the threat of the roam.
Oh, yes, that's what he should have done.
Yes. Respect the manliness. Normal Universe is one of the more careful offlaners, so... Dire scan coming through. They're going to try to contest this bounty. They will snag it, and Luna even arriving to ensure there is no pursuit by Boxy, while meanwhile on the bottom lane, Universe able to grab his, so it's going to be another 3-for-1 favoring NiP. Doing a good job at contesting and securing bounties.
If they're going to win this game, it's going to have to be the Gunner show. He's done work so far. Look at this mid-CS. 32-13 versus 25-0. Our boy Gunner proving that he's a beast. In fact, he might chase.
He's going to be diving Quakefair in the middle lane, even committing his ultimate, but the snowball rolling him back in a bit deeper. Support also coming in the other direction. Gunner, as he got into Where's aggressive? Pay the price though! Quakefa ends up getting the kill, and that hurts.
He just got played. And the worst part of all is that he played himself with some assistance by Taiga. We all know what that feels like. Yeah. Really well done, though. And his efficiency. Quakefa brought back items for his teammates. He's got Insania's boots. He's got Taiga's boots. The man is a regular cobbler.
Didn't give him the bottle charges. That would have been the ultimate.
That's too many.
Yeah.
Too many clicks.
Hey, you're happy if he's doing anything. There's a core, you know?
Well,
don't be getting greedy. So has managed to hit level 6 now. The gyrocopter also closing in, so the mobility, the kill potential is going to start ramping up here. Will we see NiP withstand that next round of attacks? They're going to spread out into a 2-1-2 for the time being, but Boxy having is more of a free farm opportunity in the top lane, and we are going to see Universe under threat here bottom. Keeper of the Light charging in. Just some harassment damage for now. No commitment. Gunner right back to it in the middle lane. Just constantly pressuring this Ember. Tanking a lot of Flame Guard, but can heal that up if he backs away.
Yeah, just that one death changes this game so much for Gunner. He was crushing his lane, and now he's only got a small advantage.
So is there a key thing that you guys look to right now that's going to determine like the next steps here? Should someone be rotating? Is there an important ward or item pickup objective that they need to go for, either team?
I'd say NiP want to try to kill his Timbersaw soon. He's just having a pretty free game. So using this Eclipse to kill Timbersaw with the supports would be what I would be trying to set out to do in NiP shoes.
So who's going to come over there? I imagine Oracle and Luna's not enough on their own, with a Tusk sitting around especially.
I think with the Rubik +1 it becomes a lot more possible. But
Skeeter could be in trouble. The Eclipse is there, but so too is a big army of creeps. Boxy now going to throw out the Chakram, look to engage, but Vivor's arrived to secure this kill.
Oh, he's got ult. He's got ult. He might go for this.
Now the creep wave's getting low.
yeah, this top lane is the key lane. Like, this is where Luna dying or Timbersaw dying, those are the, like, in some ways key heroes for both teams. Like, Flark is a key hero, but you can't really, he's not a hero you go gank.
Your goal here for NiP, you're going to shrine up, you want to kill Timber once, and then the moment he TP's back top, Luna goes to bottom. That's the dream. Problem is, Gyro down bot is also incredibly adept at fighting the mid game, and I'm not quite sure that that would work out for them so well. You have to play away from the Timber, and the Gyro Ember rotate so quickly that it's tough to play map anywhere.
Yeah.
This is a tough game, really.
And Timber, just with Bracer and the one charges, is going to be able to tank his way through an Eclipse. You really do need a bit more damage, so...
And this support duo doesn't provide a whole lot.
No. Level 5 Oracle maybe with the 3rd point in Purifying Flames, but even that doesn't sound like a guarantee. Timber's TPing mid, so it looks like Liquid going to make the rotation to send someone else against the Slack now.
Gunner's not liking this matchup so much. He'll quickly pounce away.
Dyer's bottom tower
Yeah, we'll
is
see.
under
And in
attack.
fact, well, Painting, he knows there's a ward. It's on the other side of the river. Try to play around that if you're an IP. Yeah, so checking out item progression here, we have seen Mickey pick up the phase boots, the double wraith band. He's going to head towards the Aghanim scepter. This top lane for the moment left unfarmed, just a support sitting there. Looks like Quickfa's going to make his way up, going towards his phase boots. Then probably a Veil next. Trying to get these support level 6s out. Universe just mainly getting levels at this point, has not been able to farm much. But they are converging, looking for Taiga. Will snowball down into the river, onto PPD. Slugs during this rotation. Surely there's going to be more cores arriving. Boxy comes in, they're fighting in the river into the Eclipse. This could be real bad, but the Illuminate crashes through. Good damage done. Now the Gyrocopter's here. He wants to party, but Gunner's going to look to run away. The call down comes through, connecting on 2 supports, but do they have to follow up? Looks like everybody's getting away. Maybe not Gunner, though. Gandalf in pursuit, blinding lighting him back. Now the Chakram. Can Gunner get out of Radiant Vision? He jukes through the trees. While that was happening, PPD gonna die, but a leap and then a TP out. Gunner escapes, so they lose their Ember. Oracle hitting the deck as well, and so too the toss. So a nice fight there from NiP.
That was a huge miscue by Koifa, though. He had 3 remnants active, just didn't cast one. Tanked the Luna ult through Flame Guard, just die. Like, he had no business dying there. Should 100% survive.
I feel like the other thing is, NiP were much more gung-ho about taking the fight. They already had Gunner there on the Slark, whereas Gyrocopter was TPing in after the fight broke out. And
I thought he was going to TP sooner. Like, he had at least, what, 5-7 seconds before he popped the TP?
Yep.
It can always be tough, because if you TP and they see you coming in, then they just give you the bounty runes and you feel like you've got 5 heroes on the map not getting kills, but at the same time, TPing, showing up late to that fight, is also equally bad.
And that is probably the ideal terrain for NiP. In the river, no creeps to tank Eclipse, every beam hitting a hero.
Yep.
But Eclipse is on cooldown now, and Liquid are seeing this as an opportunity to push. Very long cooldown, still a minute to go. And they're going to catch out that Luna with the Ignis. There's is there follow-up, though? The rest of the team's like, nah, let's get out of here, and Taiga's going to pay. Gunner's back into this one again. They quickly deal with Taiga. Now they're going to leash up Mickey. He throws out the Rocket Barrage, but it's only going to bring Gunner to half. Now stolen by the Rubik. That could be a big spell in this upcoming fight. Boxy, he heads back the other way, but the Trajan's deleted. He's got nothing on Trajan. Yeah, what a play. Sexy play by Gunner.
Yeah.
And all the while, Universe just playing PvE here down bottom.
Radiant's bottom
Showing
tower
off those
is under attack.
Path of Exile World of Warcraft skills, and this tower is going to slowly start taking damage.
Is it true you're in the same guild as Universe?
He was playing a little WoW Classic. When he decided to start playing Dota again, he's like pretty sure he uninstalled immediately.
Ah. I don't blame him there.
Yeah, WoW and Dota are pretty incompatible, at least if you want to be a pro.
Or do anything else with your life.
Yeah.
Stay hygienic, eat properly, leave your house. I actually, that's why I don't play.
South Park put it best with their WoW episode.
Yeah. I do not play WoW, even though I love the game and would enjoy it for numerous reasons. The least of which is that I have no life.
It's good to help you forget that you have no life. That's the beauty and the danger of the game.
It's like sort of like anesthetizes you, you know? You get through the day, you wake up, you play WoW, you rinse,
bottom
repeat.
tower is under attack.
Eat, sleep, wow.
That's it.
Learning
Dire's
life
top
with Kyle.
tower is under attack.
Or how not to life.
I was actually, since
Yeah, even if you're learning by opposites.
seeing a bit of lull
Radiant's
in the
bottom
game right now,
tower
so I wanted to
has
ask you
fallen.
guys' advice. You're both, you know, successful business owners. I feel like I'm not taken seriously in the community, and I'm wondering what I should do to change that. I'd like to get more involved in the back end of business, and I just don't know how to do that if people don't believe that
Radiant's middle
I'm
tower is
talking
under
about.
attack.
Here, Kyle.
Well, let's start by talking about the fights as they're happening, Kyle. That's a great way to do it as a caster. Quakefoot gets Biver, gets out. And Dangerous Tiger, but he'll retreat to the safety of the high ground.
Dire's structures are fortified.
There is a major slot on the line, my man. And you're asking for life advice on how to be taken seriously. Stop being a jerk off.
Dire's top
That's my
tower
advice.
has fallen.
What? How does one do
He was
that?
reading Twitch chat. I love the setup where I can just see the addiction in action.
No, but seriously, I'm looking for feedback. Maybe I'll just wait 5 minutes. Twitch.
That's my feedback. Stop reading Twitch chat.
How am I supposed to get their feedback? It's delayed.
Why do you want Twitch chat's feedback there?
Hello. I've met a lot of really intelligent and interesting people on Twitch. Thank you very much.
And you think Twitch chat is the ideal venue for people to be providing life feedback to you on how you can be taken more seriously?
Not everybody.
I'll give you a serious answer, Kyle. Timing. Timing. Like this time right now, very off. You know, you could have asked us. You know, during
the break.
we're sitting there having our
Radiant's middle
breakfast,
tower is under
bring
attack.
some of this stuff up.
It almost makes one suspect that he doesn't really want to be taken seriously, and he's just acting.
No.
No, I would never. All right, more. We gotta play that. Biver. Oh, a bit unfortunate there with the shards. The punch comes through. Maybe they get the kill anyway. Boxy just chaining over the top. Huge damage done. The duel is there though. Catching up the Tusk. Great Ignis keeping Skeeter at bay. He has the Eclipse. Boxy gonna zone them back. The Ember kiting them from the side. A magnificent
Dire's
symphony
bottom
of
tower is
nukes
under
and stall as they get out cleanly. Liquid just outmaneuvering NiP.
Yeah, that Will-O-Wisp was perfect from Insania.
Oh, Nico's gonna have an Ags at 15 minutes, man. This is sick.
That is very fast.
They are feeling good.
Yeah, Gyro has crept pretty far ahead here in the net worth department. Skeeter is going for the BKB first here on the Luna after the drum, so wants to be able to take these team fights. They know that they need the Luna to engage.
And I just gotta say, I'm favoring Liquid's lineup. In these mid-game team fights, they have 2 cores with real fast.
Insania, blinding light. Doesn't matter. Quick duel. First win of the game.
So the NiP lineup's issue is they don't have one of those big bruisers. Slark, Luna, LC, none of them really want to walk into a fight. They want to pincer from the side. Whereas Liquid, you've got so much gravity on 2 of your cores. Gyro and Jupiter and Mars just moving forward, so much influence. They
Dire's
pull
middle tower
NiP's
is
heroes
under attack.
around them. Whereas
Radiant's
Ember
bottom
acting as a
tower
sort
is
of
under
shooting
attack.
star that can enter the fight from whatever angle he chooses, just like right now.
Now the angle they choose is straightforward, blow you up in a volley of fire and robot. And now back for PPDD, squishy and mobile supports getting
Radiant's
punished.
bottom tower is
Liquid
under attack.
are heating up. Soon they may become vapor.
Dire's
NiP
structures
going
are
for the
fortified.
TP out, but no, there's the heroes. They're gonna catch out this Luna. She doesn't have a BKB
Dire's
yet.
middle
A
tower is
disastrous
under
death
attack.
for Skeeter as he will be chained into submission, finished off. And Liquid just seizing control of this
Dire's
mid-tower,
middle
even going the way of
tower
Mickey,
has
who
fallen.
drops the cooldown. Or the cooldown.
Yep.
Uses the cooldown of the cooldown.
I love it how
NiP retreat.
Liquid have such a good understanding of how to play these lanes where they just keep Taiga mid. A ton of mana and HP to ensure that mid tower goes down. Liquid find a kill on the Luna bot, but they still ensure that mid won't have to just back away. The hallmark of an S-tier team, what is it, gods? That's right. It's when you can play multiple areas of the map as a unit without losing track of any territory. Even the British Empire couldn't do that.
Hard thing to do.
Behold
Making their move on Gunner here in the middle lane.
They just want to go fight now. They got this Aghanim Scepter,
and they know Luna does not have BKB yet, especially after that death.
Yeah, Slark's just not quite ready to fight. Like, he has this good matchup versus Gyrocopter, but you go into the Accept, you're just taking so much damage until he has at least this Diffusal Blade. He needs to be very careful about how he approaches any engagement.
NiP definitely wanting to play keep away. This is quite a valley for them as far as their ability to take fights goes.
They feel discombobulated, LD. You've got 2 big items picked up so far from NiP. 3. Let's count. Our drums on Slark, our drums on Luna.
PPD, not again.
Not like this.
There's just so much kill potential here, but Tiger gonna snowball up. They do have the Eclipse ready. Is this an opportunity? Can they finally take a team fight? Skeeter's thinking about it, moving forward. Maybe they just get Tiger. Gunner's gonna come in, but he takes so much damage. The Remnants in as well. Sucking him back with the Will-O-Wisp. No, he's gonna make his way out to safety. They're all pursuing Gunner. The Eclipse, a pretty big whiff there from Skeeter though, and they end up losing the Slark anyway. So not only do they take the fight, now they've got a window to threaten some towers. Looks like tier 1 bottom could be the focus. They're debating though. They're gonna smoke again. No dire vision. So Liquid going right for their next engagement. They see Universe in the middle lane. He's gonna be tanky with the HUD, but they should be able to catch him. Jumping forward. Timber starts the party. Follow up coming through with the Illuminate. There's the Yule Scepter. Viver gonna steal and throw right back the other way. That Chakram. Universe is too tanky. He will get out.
Bottom tower is under attack.
So such fast Dota from Liquid. They immediately gun towards that mid lane after winning the fight bottom. They just don't really care about this tier 1 bottom tower. It's not a key objective. It's kind of like this gold bag that they can pick up at some point, but it's not going to change the same.
Oh, wow, look at this, look at this.
Diffuser.
No, you backed?
He
He's alive.
doesn't have ultimate, I guess.
That was a kill.
Yeah, he doesn't have vision. I think he's worried there's a lot behind it, but they did just make the move on mid. There's no tier 1. I guess they could have TP'd to the shrine and head that way, but yeah, I feel you, Kyle. That was an opportunity.
But look, like these items, man, I'm just... Like, you messed up. You get both drums on your 2 cores. Meanwhile, okay, the Rubik has a Bassi. That's good. I was hoping that they had at least one. And your LC has a pipe, guys. First item pipe on the Legion Commander. There's no damage output. How are you going to kill anyone on Liquid? I don't understand.
Also, how do you initiate?
Radiant's bottom
Like
tower
a Lucent
is
Beam
under
into a
attack.
lift?
I don't know.
Whereas you look at the Liquid side, they've got everything to
Radiant's
initiate. The
bottom
Timbersaw just
tower
jumps in,
is
the Snowball forward, catch someone with the shards, you know, even the Will-O-Wisp to suck them back, like the chains. I mean, Liquid can take a fight anytime they want. And NiP have itemized to fight early, but, you know, they don't really have damage outside Eclipse, and, you know, they don't have initiation. It's tough for them to fight now. And Liquid are farming the map. They're really... We saw this last game even more extremely versus the Alk, but they're good at pushing their advantages and taking over the enemy jungle.
Yes, they are. And you know what I think gave them a huge benefit? If you remember, back when they were first starting, switching over from Han to Dota, they threw a lot of games, all right? But they've shed that moniker much like their last team name, and now Liquid plays with a measured aggression. They're in, but they also know when to pull out, and that's very important.
Where's my
What's with the sound clips? Being serious, LD. I'm taking your advice, goddammit.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Come on, Kyle.
LD, please.
How can we take...
Have a serious cast. This is to see who qualifies to MDL Major. The first major of the new season, LD. And these teams want to stay in Stockholm.
It's a critical moment for both teams as Boxy pushes in the middle lane, clearing out trees, chaining his way forward. They're going to take the fight. They might get the kill. Luna drops the Eclipse, but they may be too tanky. Snowball dodging in with the wall. Here comes the corner. There's the BKB. Mickey cleaning up. The horses charge forward. All of Liquid assemble, and they blow up NiP. Gunner, can he turn it around? Back the other way. He pounces back to safety. He retreats. Shot them over the top. They keep on going. They want more. And Gunner, he's had enough. Homing missile drives him back to the base. NiP in shambles.
Another huge team fight for Team Liquid. These guys are just in beast mode right now. They hit their BKB timing. They're not afraid of anything. All Slark can do during that is kill a support, and then he's forced to tuck his tail between his legs and run the hell away.
Dire's top tower is under
They just
attack.
cannot fight right now. No BKB on Luna, even now, and she's been rushing it. Slark, it takes him way too long to get these kills. You know, by the time he even brings it here to half HP, he's done with his Shadow Dance and he's running for dear life. And Liquid are getting tanky now. Getting elusive. You know, Tusk is just naturally a very beefy support hero. Mickey's got the BKB and the Aghanim Scepter. Well, Boxy's Timber, and now Gunnar is dead. Another big pick-off, and one they cannot afford. He is their only insurance policy to get back in this game.
He's their only hope. This Luna has no game. Skitter's going to farm a BKB, and this BKB is going to do nothing because Gyro has a BKB himself. Timbersaw is just going to kite you around. Like, you're not killing anyone as Luna except with Eclipse. You have no damage, no scaling.
But even with Eclipse, like, who's actually dying fast to that? Just Keeper of the Light, really, and he's likely to be very far back.
Very true. I just don't think Skitter's going to have much of an impact on these fights with how underfarmed he is. So it's all up to the Slark, and that death there, that's not going to help Gunnar whatsoever. He needs his BKB.
Speaking of that Slark, there's now a Halberd to deal with him.
Oh, that's one of those items that just ruins his day. And they recognize this is the one hero that can perhaps win NiP the game, so Boxy had the BKB queued up earlier and now has changed his itemization to this Halberd instead. We'll get the BKB next, it looks like.
Koikfa slicing his way in this middle lane. You can see the full court press as Liquid converge on the tier 2 tower in the mid lane, and I don't know if we're going to see a defense. Eclipse is up. Still no BKB on Luna.
God, I love this build.
She's actually queuing up an Aghanim Scepter now. Is she not going to complete the BKB? I guess we'll find out soon, but...
Dyer's middle
doink, they'll get the tower. They get a DD rune picked up on their Ember, and they get out cleanly.
Dude, Boxy's effective net worth right now is insane. He's got evasion, enough mana regen to spam his spells, 2,500 HP, and when he's got max stacks, 24 times 1.3 on the armor. I don't need to tell you how much that is.
What's his effective net worth then, would you say?
It's at least 14,600 gold, which puts him above Mickey, which means Liquid's in a big lead.
I would say plus he's reducing Slark's net worth. This Halberd just means Slark is not doing damage. Undispellable Halberd.
Is this a shot? NiP, they smoked. It was not spotted. They've scanned. They see the Roshas happening. They might even get there in time. Who's going to get the initiation off? It's just PPD waltzing in. No, now it's Universe. They've got the Eclipse ready to go. They've got the BKB. They walk in. It's a pedestrian assault. And then Mickey says, great, I'm walking in too, buddy. He comes in hot and heavy with the flat cannon. They brought the Luna down to half HP. They purge her up. Roche, low, lying away in the pit. And now the spam wars begin, and they will back off. I mean, when your initiation is Legion walking in, you're not feeling great. But they have taken control of the Roshan pit.
Liquid had a shrine though, so they're fully healed up now at least.
Oh, they're coming back. They're ready for more. A huge Roshan fight brewing. Where's that jump? Where's that pick off? NiP needs something to start this fight off.
They're playing this so well though. You gotta just chip at their health pool because Mickey now half health, no more shrine, nothing to heal him up. Suddenly they're gonna feel like they can maybe take and sneak this Roshan.
Gunner's so low though. He doesn't want to overcommit for this. Koikfa is threatening him. Bounty's being picked up in the midst of this. He's got an arcane rune as well. Could be a big game changer. Gunner, he's into the pit again. They throw out the shards. They threaten him. They push him back. Still both teams dancing. They shoved in the top lane a little bit, and now Boxy makes his move forward. The chain not going to connect, and he's the big man in front. Koikfa putting a good sleight of fist off it. But he's got a BKB. Gunner's going to snatch it. That's a good start for NiP. Now the Eclipse comes through, but it's only hitting Boxy. Can they finish him? He chains back. He's taking the whole damn thing. They get the dual kill, and they get the Timber. That could be huge, but Koikfa's jumped back in. NiP has blown their load. Do they have the follow-up to win round 2 of this fight? It seems like they just might. Liquid, they were indecisive, they're getting punished. Gunner's in once more, he loses the edges, but they're going to get 3 heroes, double buyback. Huge commitment from Liquid as they look to take round 2 of the fight. Skeeter hides in the safety of the pit, but now Boxy pursues him out, leaping in again. Gunner doing quite well in this fight, and round number 2, he's baited out so much. Liquid have overcommitted, and then NiP will get out. They salvage a massive Roshan engagement. That is almost a 4,000 gold swing, a 6,000 experience change.
Yeah, big, I mean, respect to Liquid for being willing to use those buybacks, but once Roche dies, I don't think you want to use them. Both Timbersaw and Ember Spirit now dropping 2k behind the enemy cores. And I know Mickey is huge, but later on in this game, Luna Slark do out-carry a Gyro.
Kind of. I mean, look at this Luna's BKB rush into Aghanim Scepter. We're not going to see. I don't think we see Luna outcarry the gyro. I don't mind the Axe build because it allows you to kill these backline supports like the Coddle and these squishier heroes using that long range.
In that fight, it was the Timber who tanked like the entire ultimate, so he's going to go BKB now.
You can put that Eclipse on either Slark or Legion when they go charging in, so it's not a bad option. You just have to time it around the BKB usages.
What a huge Roshan fight for NiP. It looked pretty hopeless when they first came in. You know, they like walk in with 5 heroes and then Liquid just back off, but man, that Aegis Snatch was the game changer.
Liquid couldn't kill it fast enough, and then the fact that Slark's able to threaten Roshan because even if he loses half his health, he just backs off and has that free heal from his Shadow Dance, whereas Gyrocopter loses half his health. What does he do? He can't fight.
Yep.
Insania going to try to push out these side lanes. He's about to reveal his position. Can NiP punish him? Blinding light back. He'll retreat.
And the big timing.
We got a ball game now.
We do got a ball game. We got, at least for a little while, because the BKB on both the Timbersaw and the Emberspear will be coming up shortly. Satanic soon to be completed on Mickey, and that's when things get really dicey, because the Satanic, now, it's sort of like a black hole. Sucks in rogue planets, asteroids, etc. to gain more mass. What does mass give you? That's right, gravity. The music's interesting, but a gyro, status resistance, a ton of health. I don't know why you guys are laughing. This is important. This is the scientific approach to how to win a spot at this upcoming major. And I like what Mickey's got.
Bob says, fuck science, I'm going in, baby. He jumps straight forward, up under the high ground. They're going to get PPD off the net. No, he gets off the self-false promise, goes for the TP off, and he's getting pummeled by nukes, by chains. His TP gets canceled, a little bonk as well, and it looks like PPD going to be the sacrifice on the altar of Boxy. Liquid are not afraid, despite that Roche fight. They are forcing the issue.
Yeah, Mickey had this butterfly queued up, but he's ended up going for the Satanic first. I think recognizing the sustain is such a key part of these fights.
They're going to take another big fight here. Skeeter still hanging on. BKB, Eclipse gets to play, and it's a good one. It's going to hurt. Oh my God. Hero slaughters them in a matter of seconds. Mickey says, screw this. I'm out, boys. Flying pirate ship home to base.
That's the Axe reveal. Level 3 Luna ultimate with Aghanim Scepter completely caught Timbersaw by surprise.
That's 18 beams.
That's a lot of beams.
2.8k damage done by Luna there.
He's decided I can't farm up a BKB. I'm going to go back for a hold now.
Because how do you destroy a planet, LD? You've got to create a Death Star. And that's exactly what Luna's doing here. The amount of energy in these teams just destroys Timbersaw. They'll have to go back and build another one, LD. And I don't know if Liquid's going to have the materials remaining.
Who is the Death Star in this?
Luna.
Who's the planet?
The Timbersaw.
Okay.
Okay.
This is all fitting within the same.
I'm glad we cleared that up because I had no fucking clue what you're trying to say.
Literally, look at it. Have you ever heard of the Death Star Luna? Popularized by your ex-co-caster, Ben Merlini-Roo?
No, I have not.
Oh my.
Sorry, Ben.
Dude. It's where you go Luna with Ag's Refresher, and you put it on the Wisp, and the Wisp relocates in, and he's a Death Star.
Okay.
The dusk is always
in this
ready
case, that was
for
no
now it's all making
manually.
sense.
Yes.
So who's the X-Wing in this?
You don't actually go, no, you don't get the Ags because I would give you the free Ags, right? Wasn't that how it worked?
Yes.
Oh, scan as they smoke.
That's true. His strategy was a bit better than mine.
But no vision of the smoke, so they may not realize that they're actually moving directly. And Skeeter could be in danger here. Gets caught out. Quick punch to start the fight, but the dual interruption. Will and Insania get off that will-o-wisp. They're trying to focus him down. Skeeter clearly strong, but no Eclipse. As you said, they've got to be careful. This is the time for Mickey to make his moves. Jumping on the universe. In from the side comes Gunner. Chewing up. Will he be able to finish Tiger? He does manage to do so. Skeeter on the run. Just trying to desperately get that Eclipse cleared on up. It's not going to happen. They've lost 3. They're about to lose Gunner. No TP, and he'll make it out of there. Post call by PPD, not so fast, my good man. He's kill number 4. Worst possible time for NiP to fight. The worst part is they scanned these heroes on the high ground, but they didn't know it was a smoke gang coming their way.
This has always been one of the weaknesses, the biggest weakness of this Ags Luna build is just the cooldown. It does not scale particularly well. It's 140 seconds at all levels, and you've got to really fight around it.
Yep. It's a dead item when his ult's on cooldown, as you said, and there's now BKBs up on every core member of this Liquid lineup.
It's basically, yeah, like a 10k net worth or less Luna. You've just got jumps BKB. You do nothing in a fight without it.
Liquid feeling themselves right now. They're going to shove their way into this middle lane, take the tier 3. We've seen them generally back off at that point, go back for the shrines. Let's see if they commit, or if they're just content with this tower. They want a piece of Biver, but he proves elusive. Quakefa's going to tank a homie missile, and so too is Biver. Leaving the illusions around for the moment, but Gunner's trying to pick up the stragglers here. He jumps into Mickey. I don't think that's a possible. He gets caught by the chains. He's so low. He's so incredibly low. He BKBs, and he will get out.
That Halberd has done so much work already. What an item pickup. I really like this Timber build, I'm telling you. I think it's one of those heroes similar to a Lesh, where you already have so much damage inherent in your kit. Just buy these cheaper items, 6-slot yourself as fast as possible, and just utilize your utility. He's the lowest net worth of any core, but it certainly doesn't feel like his impact reflects that.
I would have preferred him to get a BKB at this point, though. Like, he got this hood after the Yule's Halberd. I think having a BKB, you've seen the Luna Ags.
Yeah.
You've died to it several times, I think twice or at least once, and it might be time to consider having an answer to it.
Yeah, he's not upgrading to Pipe either, which could help keep the supports alive potentially. He's instead just going to transition into a Shiva's. So again, another way to deal with the Slark, and it seems like that's where they believe the true threat lies, is if Gunner gets out of control, they're not really as afraid of losing to the Luna. Whether or not they should be, I guess, another question. But Skeeter has his ultimate up again. This could be a good time to fight. And he has gone for both of the Lucent Beam talents to maximize the damage output. They're going to move past the ward. The pings come out under cover of smoke. And NiP descending on this top lane. Who do they get first? They're going to try to jump for Boxy. Gunner latches onto him right away. No, he thinks twice. They want the door and someone a little tastier. They're going to try to control that Ember. But there's the snowball save. Keep him up. Keep him healthy. And now they turn. Punching. Bringing Universe low. He's forced back on his heels. Quakefa chasing in. They're trying to isolate PPD. Bring him down as well. Nice will-o-wisp. Holding NiP back while they focus on these stragglers. A 1-for-1 support trade thus far. Mickey standing strong, though the Eclipse was not effective. And Liquid are going to be able to get out. And with that big cooldown now utilized, NiP feeling like they have to make a move. Have to get more out of this fight, but they won't.
Yeah, without the big ultimate in the Eclipse, I just don't feel like NiP can really chase or fight. Slock's BKB Shadow Dance is down, so it's more Liquid who can dictate play now.
And that was with them getting a pretty good jump on Liquid.
Yep.
Just the saves coming into play here.
It was a clutch snowball, yeah. That.
Oh, look at this. They might get him. They might get the damage.
Big Biver showing off his mobility here. They're going to lift him up, drag him back down. With items, they get the kill. A huge one for NiP.
Quakefa caught sleeping. He knew the Rubik was in the area with the remnants, just didn't respect it. He had one down, just didn't use it.
Look at the vision. That earlier rotation prior to the gank is actually what sets that all up.
Oh my god, and look what that makes. That's a triangle.
Some might call it the Bermuda Triangle. What lives in the Bermuda Triangle, Kyle? Few know.
I know.
Few have been there.
The hopes and dreams of NiP making it to the major. That is what
that's some spooky
NiP
stuff.
is searching for.
And they're looking for something a little cleaner and more decisive as they push down mid. Onto this tier 2. Want to use this window of opportunity. PPD though, cut it into the next game perhaps. He's down for 45 and now an instant BKB TP out from Gunner, but this is going to leave the stragglers exposed. Biver with the stolen timber chain. Let's see just how suave he can be. Well, not suave enough. He'll get picked off.
You take those. He had Ags gold on Quakefa, and he doesn't any longer. I'm surprised they blew that buyback, even though Roshan's not available yet. 30 seconds to go. NiP will be able to fight in the pit.
It's the fact it might have been available, though. They don't know this Rosh respawn. They're
This is
thinking
like pretty much max, right? So
yeah, both sides understand that this Roshan is key. That's why Rubik's also buying back.
Who's going to take this Roshan fight? That's the big question now.
It's all about going to Ag's is huge now. He has the talent. They need to have an opportunity with the BKBs down if they're going to win this fight on NiP.
Yeah. 2-second cooldown on Lucent Beam as well.
Still no BKB on him. He's really got to respect the burst potential. He's dueling with Gunnar here in the middle lane. The dance for Roshan begins. They're going to push Boxy back out of position. Gunnar getting some heals, and now Slark looking to lunge into him, but sitting there as well as Mickey. Just both teams
in and out. He can orbit, but he can't collapse.
That's a big brain play.
You know what I mean, though? None of these heroes, they don't have that hard initiation. Boxy is like 13k net worth, and he still keeps them away from his team. They don't want to hard commit onto the Timber, because at any moment, that Ignis Fatus drops down, Gyro BKB's forward runs in. Now has a butterfly. No one on NiP is even in sniffing distance of an NK.
Gets caught by the uppercut. The burst damage, and he is going to survive. Devastating damage is the enemy cores on the backside there. Do we work the Skeeter? He's blown everything. Can he make his way out? Goes for the TP. He won't be able to escape the Slark. Universe down for the count, though.
Gunner's got to run.
Gunnar worms his way through the trees, but a triple kill on Mickey and
TP out.
And Liquid just have more sources of damage here.
They're not going to hunt for him. They don't have the numbers, and they're going to prioritize Roche.
There's a butterfly on the gyrocopter now. He's almost gotten a basher, and it's just getting to that point in the game where the Eclipse can't kill anyone as far as carries go. Maybe a Timbersaw at best.
Yeah.
And then you've got to have a way to deal with Quakefoot. You've got to have a way to deal with this gyrocopter. They're going to duel again. There's the punch. The roll as well. The Slark getting obliterated, and he rolled up throwing. Massive damage done by Liquid. They're going to do a little more on the PPD, chewing him up with the Chakram, and then diving back for Fiber. Who's going to take a pellet of bullets to the face. Down he goes as well. Skeeter's going to be next. It's about to be a full 5-man wipe. Liquid reigning supreme in the fight, and now no Luna buyback available. In fact, no buybacks of any kind except for the Slark. They're racing down mid. They're looking for probably megas here.
You got thrown for sure. Let's go.
It's only a Slark buyback.
And they should know about 3 of them if they've been keeping track. But they'll play it safe for now. They're going to take the melee racks. They see no buybacks, and they say, screw it, guys. Let's go for the jugular. Let's take the win. Let's secure that major. But nope, back to the melee racks. Okay. 10 second thoughts. They see the Slark buyback. They get a little tentative. They're going to play it safe. Surely they're going to go for a second.
You know, this is them learning from the past games they've thrown. And I say learning because I'm pretty sure they could have thrown there, but they're still adjusting their play because they've been in this situation where they've lost these heartbreaking games. So they're going to play the slightly overly safe route to just secure this game.
Yep.
I'm okay with it.
There's so much value left on the map. They had Roche, 4 bounties, they've already got no racks. If you're not going to play with Throw, who cares if you get a couple tier 4s? I do like this decision. They're going to get so much gold. Now you just group up, pushes 5. Who cares if they're at full strength? Last pick, 22, Luna, Drums, BKB, Ags, Refresher. Do we like it? Yes or no?
Leading question, objection, Your Honor.
I love it, Kyle. It's always fun to see new stuff in Dota 2. It keeps the game fresh. And unfortunately for Skitter and NiP, it may have led them down the wrong path.
It's one of those,
I still like it.
It's one of those builds that we can expect to see at the minor. Wouldn't you agree?
It does feel like a minor kind of a build.
It could even be a minor winning build. Who knows? Ooh, it's not looking great here.
No, it is not. The levels, so you have 2 level 25s.
The refresher orb is coming. We're about to see a double BKB.
Oh.
A double Eclipse.
Oh. What do you mean it's coming? He's still...
2.5.
I said it's coming. I didn't say
a lot of gold to go.
Listen, the plane's taking off. It might be a 12-hour flight, but it's going to land someday. I have faith.
All right.
Maybe as the thrones die. If Liquid even let the game go that long. They've got the Basher now up on Mickey. Aegis grabbed as well.
This is the only ranger in Dota that I think Basher is actually good on. It's actually, once you get all this attack speed, the butterfly late game, and with the Ag Scepter, it's not a bad item.
Nice against the Slark, too, just to threaten him if you have the eventual Abyssal pickup. They do it the heck. Oh, he hasn't seen it. He doesn't know about it. Punched into the next game and punched into the Meyer qualifiers in all likelihood. They're going to try to turn this fight, though. They get a good goal to start on the Tiger, but Mickey is simply too strong. This pirate Liquid Ship has a lot of rum. He's looking for trouble, diving back on the Universe, forcing him on his heels. They turn back to the Oracle, finish him off with the Rocket Barrage. Look for more. Godlike, 4 dead. Back to the well with you, sir. Fiber doing what little he can, but it is little, and it is too late. NiP, not enough Ninja to turn this one around. They are knocked out of the major qualifiers. They'll have to take the long road, first through the minor playoffs, and then through the minor itself. As former Alliance, now Liquid, will have a shot at redemption against the new Alliance.
This is great. You know, this Liquid team stuck together after their TI run that fell, you know, much shorter than they would have liked, and they're going to be at the first major, a wide open major as well. You know, they're a kind of team that could very easily make a deep run, get top 3, top 4, given some of the teams that aren't there. So, what a big accomplishment for them.
Yeah.
Very that's all you have.
Well, look, I'm playing my strengths and let Parker play to his.
Pour one out for Universe, boys.
Well, what it's the first qualifier.
They're a new team.
They're a new team.
But you have to think like NiP